Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Damn Mad Mother. Oh no, that's you.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's
me.
me. No, daughter and mother.
We can't even get it right, and we haven't even started drinking the wine
Yeah.
yet. So there you have it. Daughter and mother.
I said that already.
Oh, mother and daughter. Oh, sorry.
Oh, this is going to be
We're
shaping
doing
up
good.
to a great episode.
I know.
So today we're going to talk about a master bedroom that we did. A client contacted us about a year ago, pretty much to do the entire home. They had just bought a home and they wanted the whole thing redone. But we're talking to you specifically today about the master bedroom.
Yes.
Because of all the challenges that we faced doing this design.
And we faced a few.
There was the vaulted ceiling.
We embraced those challenges.
Well, there was a vaulted
way.
ceiling that was kind of vaulted, but not fully vaulted.
Correct.
And then
palladium window.
The palladium window,
yes.
Just to name a couple of the challenges that we faced.
Yes.
So Mrs. Klein wanted a cream, like neutral glam, what would you call it?
Modern, like not ultra modern.
It was like a modern glam. Like, no, it was more like transitional glam she wanted.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint because a lot of times we offer our clients an opportunity to take a quiz that gives us a better understanding of what particular styles they prefer one over the other. So when we had her do that quiz, it was sort of all over the place, if you will. And it
not in a bad way.
No, but it gave us a little bit of challenges, but at the same time, it opened a door for us to explore additional avenues into the space itself, where some of it had to be a little less glam, and
because
some of it had to be
the
very
Mr.
glam.
Client was more of the minimalist Scandinavian look, where she was more glam transitional. So it's kind of like you got to marry the two styles. So it was a little challenging, but it just came out wonderful.
It did. If we do say so ourselves.
If we do say ourselves, yeah.
So, in that being said, let's set the scene. So, the client's previous owners had a very nice layout for their room.
They did.
They did. It was a very traditional room, probably a peachy colored wall.
Yeah.
And they had more traditional dark type furniture. And our client, as Kat had mentioned, wanted it to be more glam, more bright creams and whites. So one of the important elements that Mrs. Client insisted on was that her palladium window be dressed completely, but seeing
in the curvature.
Seeing the shape of the curvature of that window. So the challenge was to get the correct type of rods and curtains that will allow that aspect to be shown. Because in a lot of palladium windows, you will see where people will just take a scarf and somewhere in the middle drape it over, or they will put, sometimes they've done the pleated fan shape in the top part of it and then dress just the bottom of it. This client particularly wanted the whole window to be seen and dressed. So that kind of led us down the path of some exploration that we had to.
And to stay in budget.
Yes, but we managed to pull it off.
Totally did.
You will see in some of the picture shots. Yeah. So, and then one of the other items that we did for our client that she wanted was her furniture to be furniture that was refinished.
Well, she didn't specifically ask for it to be refinished. I think it was more to the fact of us
Oh, yeah.
trying to stay in budget. So we refinished some pieces to
True.
stay within budget.
This is true. Yes,
Yes.
it really was. And that was fun. It
It was a lot
actually,
of fun.
a
It
lot
was a
of
lot of
fun.
fun.
And that also gave us a couple of challenges.
Well,
Um,
the good thing about refinishing furniture that I love is that, all the old pieces out there that you find maybe at, like your flea markets or your secondhand stores, a lot of that furniture has so much character and history
yes.
and so much more personality than the types of furniture that you see now. So when you go to refinish that furniture and you like breathe new life into it, it just makes it that much more awesome
Yes.
because you're putting that fresh paint, that fresh take on something old, and it makes it spectacular.
And it's your stamp. It's your personal piece that it only belongs to you. It's something that you
Yeah, you won't find
want.
it anywhere else. It won't be
Yes.
duplicated.
Correct.
Um, so,
Yes.
just to, I guess, start out with the furniture, what we did was we laid out the entire room in blue tape, in blue painter's tape,
Yes.
so that she would have a feel of her walking paths and how it would flow when she'd be in the room. Because when you walk into the room, the master bath is off in to your left,
Yes.
and then the master closet, you have to walk through the room to get to the closet, and that's off to your right. So she wanted to understand how things would be laid out and how much room, in fact, would be left after everything was furnished and put in.
Yes.
So we started there, and then she told us, the color scheme that she wanted, and we just started sourcing everything, and we knew what she wanted on the Palladium window. And as a matter of fact, the first curtains that we purchased were the curtains. Like
Yes.
she liked those curtains. The only thing with those curtains were they weren't long enough. But the way that the plated window is, since it has, that curvature to it, it didn't matter because it would just be swept to either side. And when you have it closed, nobody's there anyways. But we took, what was it, 4 panels, I think?
Yes. And
Four
they were
panels.
blackout
They were
curtains,
blackout
which they
curtains.
needed for that space because it's quite bright in that room. And they wanted to make sure that, on a Saturday
Privacy.
morning or, well, yes, excuse me, yes, that and the brightness of the sunshine,
Right.
etc. On a Saturday or Sunday morning when you're trying to sleep in, you probably didn't want Mr. Sunshine peeking in your window.
Right.
So, all that being said, we were able to pull that off.
Yeah. So there was 4 panels, and we actually had um, 2 sets sewn together on one side, 2 sets sewn together on the other side. And we had them, you know,
It looks very much like a theater
it did,
when it's swept to the
it
side,
swept to
which
the
you'll
side.
see
Gorgeous.
in
It
the
just came out
pictures.
gorgeous. And then for
Right.
the tie backs, what we did was we just took crystal knobs
Yes.
and we bought the screws, one part to screw in the wall, the other part to screw in the back of the knob, and we just use that as the tie back, and it just looks beautiful and
It did.
classic.
It really did.
Another requirement that was requested was a chandelier in the bedroom.
Yes.
So we did a lot of crystal elements throughout. You'll see there's, the crystal knobs for the tie backs. We did crystal knobs on the furniture,
Yes.
the crystal in the chandelier. Even the side tables had just
A
a little bit of crystal, like a little crystal ball.
The outline of the top drawers in one of the dressers that we created for her also had um, a raised wood originally, and we took that off, filled it in, and took cut mirror and placed it around where that wood would have originally been.
Mm-hmm.
And she fell in love with that. She loved that. And that wall that the dresser is placed on was very high. As we mentioned, there was some vaulted ceiling in that, which means that a lot of the wall also went up into a
Yeah,
peak.
yeah.
And it gave us the opportunity then in that space, instead of doing a traditional one big mirror, we found 2 mirrors that had sort of a little bit of a
Well,
soft curve.
right. We did do one big mirror, actually, on the one side of the bed. We did
We
do one big
did.
mirror, but we
We
were
did.
looking for something that was like that
Yeah, I
wow
mean, over the,
factor
yeah, over the
when you
dresser.
when you walk into the room, because when you walk into the room, you're facing that same wall that palladium window is on. And but your eye goes to this blank wall. Like that's the first thing that
Yes,
you look at.
it's
So we
true.
really needed something that was just like a wow factor there. And then as Diane
Yes,
was saying, we found these mirrors. They're full length mirrors, and they
yes.
had the little detail at the top.
Just enough to make it a unique
Yeah,
piece without um,
it was.
without it being too ornate or taking
It had a
away
little
from
bit
the
of
dresser.
personality. Yeah, it had a
Yes,
little bit of personality at the top, and it really, we placed two of them
yes,
side by side on top of the
yes.
dresser. So when you walked into that room, you're like, wow, because it literally brings your eye all the way up to the ceiling, the vaulted ceiling,
The
and
palladium window next to it.
uh-huh,
So it was another wow factor, which we also did a chaise in that space by
the
the
palladium
palladium
window.
window. So it gave her a seating space to read. Perhaps, I think she actually does enjoy doing needlepoint or something to that effect. And I think she enjoys that little space very
I
much.
know when she works from home. Sometimes she sits with the
Yes,
laptop on her lap
she
over there.
does. That's true.
Um,
So it's a very cozy space.
and then when we did put that really large one mirror that was on the
Yes,
other
the
side of the
floor
bed,
mirror.
on the wall that shares the same wall that shares the master bath, we did put a huge floor length mirror there
Yes.
and some lanterns.
We did do lanterns, and in place of your traditional type of night lights that a lot of us have in our homes, we chose to do three small candles, um,
The flameless
the
ones
flameless
on
ones, to put
timers.
in the lantern. And yes, they are on timers, which she says works out perfect because it just gives enough glow into the room to find your way around in the evening, but not kind of glare
Yeah,
at
it's not
you
overbearing.
when you're trying to get in and out of bed or, get ready in the morning without disturbing, the person next to you. So it was just enough lighting to show her way in getting ready for work. So I
Yeah.
think it was a nice touch to do something not traditional in the fact that you would typically see a nightlight plugged into a wall. It was
Mm-hmm.
the lanterns that are on a timer. So that
Yeah.
was a very nice piece.
Yes.
And she had her wedding bouquet, which we also incorporated as
Into the
part of the
design.
design, um,
And her wedding picture.
and her wedding picture, which we have over the shades, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I hope that you have an opportunity to take a look at some of the before and after pictures. Let us know what you think. And as you can tell on that note, we are still sitting here without our chairs.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to hear from you guys. You need to let us know what color you think we should do in this room. Is it silver? Is it gold? Is it cream? Is it black? What do you think? We're waiting to hear from you. Please give us your
And let us
comments.
know what you think of the master bedroom when you see the pictures.
Yes,
We'd
we
love to
want to
hear back
know.
from you
We really
guys.
do. Please. We hope that you enjoyed this short segment and more to come.
Yes.
Until then, have a great rest of your weekend and thank you for joining us.
Bye now.
Bye.